A country boy, got a 4-wheel drive. Climb in my bed, I'll take you for a ride.
They knew that relationship was just like you did, and they were looking for an escape plan while y'all were still together. So of course they moved on fast. They were already emotionally detached from your relationship before it was over.
I love how women are saying, like, I'm not going to date men, I'm not going to marry men. And I'm sure all the men are like, yay, you're not going to get half of my property and half my assets, and I'm not going to have to pay towards children that I helped conceive, even though you cheated and left. Oh no, you don't want to marry me and take all my stuff? Oh no.
What is something you wish girls understood that guys are thinking?
If you're a girl and you approach a guy, it's like a 100% success rate. Like no cap. If you're a girl and you see a guy and you like walk up and like say hi or something and point out like you're into him, there's no way you fail. There's no way.
I got hard, guys. All right. You gotta hit some sushi? Yeah.
You know, a lot of men are, finally starting to realize that being alone is not really the worst thing that you can come across. Yeah, there's some brothers out there that say, I would like to have a woman, get married. But some of these brothers have already done that. And they say, hey, you do whatever you want to do. You do whatever you need to do. But Godspeed. I'm gonna sit this one out.
My boyfriend and I have been living together for 1.5 years now, and he's moving out next week. We're not.
I'm gonna call it all types of silly and ridiculous and delusional. But my friend pointed out that she's being extremely positive and is possibly in a loving relationship where she doesn't have any reason to doubt her man. So, if she likes it, I love it.
Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to.
Well, a lot of them have said the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I mean, I've literally had men say that verbatim in my comment section. Women who told me, they're like, it's just not worth, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. The amount of effort that it requires to actually connect with these women no longer even, it's not worth it. Because we do all this extra effort. You want us to do all these different things. And then half of y'all just want a dinner date. Half of y'all just want your food paid for because you can't afford your own food.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. I don't think the issue is that men can't handle standards. Is that a lot of times modern women's standards, it's just a bunch of foolishness and a bunch of surface level stuff. To be honest, I mean, I understand some of the stuff that makes sense, but some of that stuff is surface level.
Is it true that all good men got tired of dating, so all they do is go to work, come home, scroll on Reels and TikTok for hours, send their favorite meme to one of their best friends? They have trust issues, and all they do is sit at home, play video games, and eat their favorite snacks. And now they swear they want a relationship, but barely leave the house, barely talk to women, and keep saying they will try again later.
By the time you're in your 20s, you should not be approaching men that you find attractive and they didn't come to talk to you first. They saw you and they didn't choose to come up to you and say what's up. So don't go over there trying to bump into him. Oh, excuse me, this was an accident, so that he could talk to you, because no, you're gonna step into pick me energy, and that's exactly what you don't want. You don't want to be a pick me. That's gonna set up the entire energy for the interactions that you have, and it's gonna make you the pursuer, and it's just unattractive. If you were looking all good with your girlfriends and he didn't come say hello, he didn't come introduce himself, trying to find out what you're up to, then let it be, okay? Move on to the next. Bye.
Men don't have to say, I hate women. It can show up in their behaviors. For example, if let's say you're out with a group of girls, you're out with your friends, the only woman that you take account for is the woman that you're attracted to, but there might be women surrounding in that space and they like completely like ignore or don't treat them well.
If a man is attracted to a woman and he's pursuing that woman, why would he be also...
Women are watching how you treat all women in a space. It's not just because she's attractive. You talk to that one girl, let's say she has a friend, completely ignore her, you don't talk to her, you don't do anything nice, like anything kind, anything sweet.
I'm not pursuing your friend though. I'm coming to you.
Yes, but you can acknowledge that someone exists. Yeah.
And you know, a lot of modern women, because that's something that they would do, accuse a man of leaving because he saw somebody else. He saw somebody that was hot. She was young. She was pretty. No, I left. Or I stopped really conversing with you because you're a problem, and I don't want to deal with problems. I have plenty of problems all day long, and I'm not about to sit up here and deal with you.
There's an agenda right now where they're trying to make men not masculine, because then the woman will want to dominate them. And this all goes back to the Bible. Eve, what did she do in the garden? I love the principle. She tried to dominate her husband in the sense of, I know best, right? Because he wasn't standing up to his role. He's supposed to tell her, this is not what we're doing. I got clear instructions from God. That's leadership. And he wasn't doing so. So she made the decisions for both of them, and it led them to sin. And it said that that women will always be cursed with wanting to have dominion over a man. And I think today's generation, since we were talking a little bit about religion, I think that we are struggling with the curse of Eve. It's so funny. You know how people say, if I was Eve, I would have never ate that apple. We're eating it every day.
A lot of the problems that modern women are experiencing is because they really want a certain type of behavior out of the man, but they're not really wanting to show up for a man in that capacity. So a man has to deal with, honestly, an emotionally unintelligent, an emotionally volatile person, while he got to stay calm and wrangle you. Does that sound like something that you would want to sign up for?
I think that it is absolutely insane and extremely hypocritical for a lot of us women to go around demanding that a man have all of his together, that he have all of this money, that he have the nicest car, the nicest clothes, the nicest house, can take care of us and spoil us. And meanwhile, we turn around and don't have to offer this man in return, but our... What happened to sticking by your man's side and building him up? What happened to working together as a team to get those things? Why do we want the end product or the end results of that man, but we're not ready and willing to go through that struggle in order to make that man be what we want him to be?
Did he say he wanted marriage eventually or marriage with you now? Big differences, ladies. Women often make the mistake of not taking a man's word at face value. The biggest difference between men and women is that men say what they want and need straightforwardly, while women beat around the bush. We go through the whole alphabet to say what it is we need, but men are pretty much A to B. If you're a woman that craves marriage, make sure he's on the same page with you on the first date, not the 15th. Because what a lot of us women do is get with men that don't want the same things we do because we haven't made sure of that, and then we blame them when things go wrong, when the fact is we just didn't do our homework. You see, from little girls, we live on fairy tale stories. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, and we take that into our adulthoods. We imagine a fairy tale in our heads instead of looking at reality. Take the rose-colored glasses off and see what's there.
A lot of women continue to ask or continue to want, continue to search in weird places, might I add. Where are the good men? Where can I find them? You can stalk them in front of the gas station at 5 o'clock in the morning. You show up to Lowe's and sneak up on them. It's weird stuff. You know, the type of stuff that they call men creepy about, they go in and they do it. Where are the good men? And the funny thing about it is that you wouldn't have had to do that had you been acting right.
Girlfriend is a placeholder. It's a subscription to a wife's benefits without a husband's covenant. I was told that if I left, I would not find better. I would be alone. I was too religious, but I was not too religious. I was reverent. I decided that my singleness belonged to Yah, and I was not going to spend it tending to a man's needs who had made a vow to me. It's not that I stopped desiring a husband, but I started desiring the Father more. 3 years later, the same man did not just come back, but he came back ready to be a husband. He didn't marry me because I held it down as a girlfriend. He married me because I showed him that the princess of the Most High King could not be handled without a covenant. Stop being afraid to lose a man who has not found God's vision for your relationship. When you move like a Proverb 31 woman, the right man will not let you stay single for long. Comment wife material to join the movement. And if you already have, drop the dove, because now you're walking in purity.
You know, we keep on saying, well, men don't really know what they want. No, they actually do. Men are not confused. Men see a lot of patterns. They see a lot of what modern women are doing, a lot of what modern women aren't doing. And they're stepping back and saying, well, I need to take a little bit more of a look at that. Modern women are upset because now men aren't taking at face value the words that modern women speak out of their mouths, because you show me that a lot of what you say is not true.
As men become successful, they learn the things that women actually respond to, which are very different from the things that women and society have told him women respond to. And this is actually a relief to most men. Why? Because most men don't really want to do all that. Like, I would argue very few men organically have the desire to buy a woman roses. And most men on some level know this. Maybe you see where this is going. As men become successful, they begin to experience firsthand what women really respond to, which empowers them to increasingly dispense with the behaviors they never really wanted to do and which don't really seem to have a significant impact on outcomes anyway. These men have learned that even though you might not love the fact that they don't buy you flowers or light candles, you will stock them. And they learn this by observing your behavior, ladies. So you are, at the very least, somewhat complicit in creating the conditions you lament.
You know, and one of the other things that we need to bring up is that modern women continue to say, I love them with all of my heart, with all of my soul, with all of my mind. But you don't respect him. That's the problem. You can say you love him all you want, but you don't move in accordance with that. If you love me, then you would respect me. And you don't, well, you know, I love you and I really care about you. You probably do. But you don't respect who I am, and you don't respect my leadership.
Why do men in bars just stand there with their drinks and stare at us instead of just coming over?
Because they're scared. They're worried they're going to get rejected. Because the average man has never even put himself out there enough to overcome his fear of rejection. The problem that men have is they think that they have to go and talk to this 9 out of 10, somebody they're truly excited to be with. Well, eventually you want to be able to do that, but you just can't do that right now because your approach anxiety is too high. Have you watched Lord of the Rings?
No.
Really? All right, anyway, there's a little creature, rather ugly looking, called Gollum, okay? Used to be a hobbit. The idea is, imagine if there was a man or a woman, a being that's like a 1 out of 10, somebody you're truly not attracted to. Most men would be able to talk to somebody like that because there's no fear. So all you have to do as a man is talk to 10 1s, 10 2s, 10 3s, 10 4s, 10 5s, all the way up. It's called progressive desensitization. Exactly what we do in the gym. Progressive overload, progressive desensitization. Works every time. If you want me to help you personally find the right girlfriend or wife, click the link in my bio and apply for a free initial consultation.
A man needs to learn from his mistakes. And if you challenge every decision that he makes, you are emasculating him. What you're secretly and subconsciously telling him is you don't trust his leadership. And how does one become a better leader? By leading and knowing that the colony is in alignment with whatever it is that he chooses. Now, if you take me to, that's on you. That's your fault. My job is to ride the with you, and I'm not even going to say anything. I don't have to say I told you so because you already know it. I don't have to say, hey, there was a bump in the road. Hey, you should have went left over there. Because I'm not going to emasculate the person whose leadership I say I trust. The same way where I trust a man that says, you're better at the balance sheet, do that. You're better with the finances, do that. You're better with organization, do that. You're better with this, do that. That doesn't take away from his leadership. That's a leader delegates. A leader makes decisions. A leader brings us into the direction that we should be flowing in. submitting to. So I, with all of my heart, feel like to submit to your husband, which I think is submitting to the God in him, is trusting the mission and the vision of your marriage.
What if the mission and the vision of your marriage isn't what God ordained for you? Is there a way for the vision and the mission to change within a marriage?
Not if that man knows God. I don't think so.
Bro, remaining calm with a disrespectful ass woman over years don't make you a masculine man, don't make you an emotional, intelligent man, don't make you a strong man. It makes you a man who can get mentally and verbally over years. And one day you're gonna snap, you need to get away from her. They'll try to make it seem like you ain't no manly man. Oh, you can't take words. You can't take a slap, bitch. You can't take me, put my in somebody else's mouth. But I'm supposed to sit here and take verbal, take disrespect, and still do for you, and still show up for you, and still be there when you sick. No, I ain't being up for nobody. No, I won't do shit for you. No, I won't pay none of your bills. Baby, mama, whoever, daughters, disrespectful shit, don't get nothing from me. Niggas don't get any peers, especially no disrespect when you get punched in the shit. I don't know who raised y'all. Who the f taught you that being disrespectful gets you what you want, showing out gets you what you want, talking crazy when you mad and can't control your emotions gets you what you want? They raised you wrong. Either they raised you wrong or you mentally ill. It's either or. Are you an evil person? You was raised right, you're not mentally ill, so that leaves you as an evil person. Are you not an evil person, or you was raised right, so that leaves you mentally ill? You're not mentally ill, you're not evil, so you was raised wrong. It's one or the other. That's the only thing I can see.
I don't think women really understand the amount of work and trial and toil and failure and pursuit that a man does before he even shows up to you. So a lot of women think, oh, now you're here, you're going to do my bidding. No, he's already built himself. If you're dealing with a man, now if you're dealing with, a fun boy, you get what you get. So I think that's the first thing. We really don't understand men. We don't understand how hard they work. And the reason why men lead is because they're the ones that are willing to make the sacrifice. If we're really honest with ourselves, we're not. Men are willing to work and give most of it to the family. Most women, we want the big jobs, but we want it for us. It just is what it is. It's not better or worse. Women need to understand that a man is willing to sacrifice, so that means you also need to be working just as hard. And what are you willing to sacrifice? And it needs to complement each other. I think a lot of women think they're just going to show up and be selected. We have to, like my man says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But it is a real job every day. And for me, it's an honor, but I think a lot of women don't realize how hard it is. It's worth it, but it's work.
These successful black men are not skipping over black women because of the way that you look. They're skipping over you black women because of the way that you were raised. Let me run that by you again. They are not skipping over to the white women or the Asian women or the Caribbean women or even the African women. We're talking about the Americanized black woman. The reason why these successful men are skipping over you, it's not the way that you look, but it is the way that you carry yourself. These other women, they were conditioned, they are programmed, they are trained to be wives. They are trained to be helpmates. They are trained to be submissive. They are trained to cater to their man. They are trained to be grateful. They are trained to be appreciative. If you deal with the typical black woman in America, she wants nothing but a whole bunch of things provided for her that she cannot provide for herself. She requires all of these things that she cannot do for herself. And then when you get one that can do things for herself, she talks down to men as if she's better because she's paying bills and she has a car and she has a credit score, as if that makes her better when that just makes her an adult. There are going to be a lot of women that are upset about this post, but it's the truth. It just is what it is.
New Orleans ladies, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any, where are the men? And I know you're like, no, babe, that's what we're asking you. But now I'm asking you, where are they? Because I've had 3 seemingly good men respond to my call for single men in New Orleans. I don't understand. And I see some of you men looking at my videos and my profile and saving them. What are you waiting for? Send me a message. Stop being weird.
Ladies, unfortunately, this is not a location issue. This is something that is happening across the board everywhere. Because men today have listened to the message that you prefer the bear over a man, the message that you don't want to be approached in public, the message that good men are like a needle in a haystack. And unfortunately, that means that he is going to have to work very, very, very hard at convincing you that he's one of those good men. Unfortunately, that means that that man is going to have an immense amount of energy to put in your direction. And honestly, in today's society where he's putting in a ton of effort just to survive, just to work a job, to build up his career, to build up his finances, that means that for a lot of these good men, dating has been pushed off to the side. It's not a priority to them. So you ask where to find these good men, they're either home, working, or just trying to avoid people.
Where are all the good men? Yep, that's the question of the day. Everybody apparently is still wondering where are all the good men. And here's the thing. If you look back, I posted about this before, but I just want to let you know as an update, the good men are everywhere. They are everywhere, sis. The problem is you either have disqualified them for your own unrealistic, ridiculous requirements, or they have been so scared from accusations, being told that they are harassing, or, thinking that you want them to approach you, but then carrying on like, how dare they find the audacity to approach you? I mean, at this point, they're everywhere and they're never going to speak to you. You have to speak to them first now. So this is what you get. This is what you get when you scare men into believing that they can never be right. They can never win. They don't understand women at all. They can't even pick up cues anymore. This is what you get. You get confusion, and you get an entire generation of men who would rather be by themselves than to risk talking to you.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Gentlemen, I blame you motherfuckers for this. Some of you men need to humble these out here. Ladies, I'm not talking about you wonderful sweetheart ladies, you kind ladies, you humble ladies and humble men, or whoever the fuck I'm talking to. I'm not talking about the women. I ain't disrespecting the women. But you, damn, it's out here. On a scale of 1 to 10, they be 4s and 5s, but got the attitudes of a 10. It's 10s out here. It's beautiful, wonderful, good looking ladies. But they attitude and they mindset and behavior is just. But what do you suck dudes go out there? Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, I can take it. Oh, this will come with it. Oh, a sassy. Oh, what women do. You weak mother. The more that you don't stand on boundaries, the more that you don't stand on principles, the more that you foot around, the more that you don't defend yourself, the more that you don't speak up for yourself, the more that you allow bad behavior with these, the worse they gonna get. You stupid motherfuckers, stop letting these think they bigger than the motherfucking program. Again, I'm not talking about the women. I'm not talking about the ladies. I'm not talking about the women who got the good character, who has the great morals, who carry themselves wonderful, who is respectable to all. I'm not talking about you women, but you. Enough of this shit is enough, fellas. Start grabbing your and stand up as a man.
Dating apps are trash. I am done swiping. Oh my god. Men, where are you? Single men, the good ones. Where the are you hiding? Don't you dare say the gym, because that just seems so awkward to me. Like, okay, I'm anxious. I'm here. I'm walking. Guy says, hi. I say, hi. Conversation ends. Do I need to go to Home Depot? Well, what's gonna happen at Home Depot? Don't keep the conversation going. I'm shy. Then let's add in the fact that I like the kinky ones, the freaky ones. Them boys. While you go to an event, they're all coupled. They're all married. They got like 3-4 partners. Do I want to join your little polycule? Nah, not right now. I need a break. I want to be the one right now. You can do the host. But anyways, the whole point of this was where men, single men that are a little freaky. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, hello. I'm just gonna be here on my blue couch forever, alone.
Your wife has vultures circling at work right now. They're not loud. They are not obvious. They are just there, waiting patiently for their turn. One rough morning from you is all that they need. One fight that never gets fixed right away. One cold, see you later as you both storm out the door. That tiny crack in her armor is all that those vultures need, okay? Right now, while she's at work, there are plenty of men circling around her, waiting for their moment. The first guy who hits her with a, "Hey, rough morning? You still look beautiful though." And then a smile on her face, and it is game over, pal. It is his turn now. Every woman's social media profile says loyal, but the truth is she's loyal until the feelings fade. Loyal until somebody else makes her feel alive again. So how do you eliminate the next man on her lineup? You have to make home undefeatable. Never let her walk out of the door mad. Give her one deep, locked eye compliment in the morning that actually makes her blush and feel something. Maybe hug her longer than just 2 seconds, tap her butt as she walks away, and ravish her in the bedroom when she comes home. Do this every day, and those vultures, they stay circling forever, and they don't have a chance. They never get to land, because when a woman feels met, desired, and truly chosen at home, some random "you look nice today" from another guy is never going to hit her radar ever. Loyalty isn't a promise that she makes. It's a reality that you build, so it's strong enough that she never has to leave or wants to leave. So start now or tomorrow, but it might be his turn if you wait too long.
And, you know, once again, when you see, you know, how these modern women act, this is what men mean when they talk about the bad attitudes, the double standards. I'm expecting the man to lead. I'm expecting the man to pay, to protect, to provide, to stay calm. Not honestly and truly, I want you to be vulnerable, but I really don't want you to have emotions like that. You're expecting me to do all of that. But then when I do that, then you call me insecure. You call me controlling. Somehow I'm all of a sudden a problem to you, when you're just undisciplined. You don't want nobody talking to you.